Okay, this is just the part on the second part where I put up some other news, and possibly there will be, hopefully debunked and possibly not. One of them's pretty minor, and the last bit I've been wanting to get into. But first of all, one of the possible debunked stories, and I don't think this one's gonna probably be debunked. I think it's pretty much a real actual thing. Is that it was? I think they're saying that you can't play Xbox One games with the Xbox 360 controller, which basically means that backwards compatibility with that controller, which I'm gonna get back on talking about the backwards compatibility, but with the 360 controller is impossible. It's not going to happen, and I kind of agree with that. I don't. I mean, whatever. I mean, even though I do not like the trigger buttons on the new controller, and the shitty D-pad on the old controller, yeah, I think that's pretty much a confirmed, written in stone, possibly. The other one, and I think this was confirmed as well, but it possibly is debunked because I didn't read too much in it. That's why I'm saying this. Is that it's coming with a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Now, the Wii U, it comes with either a 8 gig hard drive or a 23 gig hard drive, and with the USB 2.0 connector, you can hook up to 3 terabytes of external hard drive memory of any kind of hard drive. Is from an external USB 2. Or well, any kind of hard drive, USB hard drive, into the Wii U. I'm a little tired, that's why I'm kind of repeating myself a lot. And I thought that was a pretty great idea, and but I also thought it was a mistake that Nintendo didn't allow you to, pull that hard drive out and put in another hard drive with more memory. Instead of 32, we can put in like 3 terabytes of internal hard drive memory. And it seems that Microsoft thought that was a great idea too. You can hook up an external hard drive, USB 3.0, which is a lot more faster and better than what the Wii U shows, but you cannot pull out their internal hard drive. You're stuck with 500 gigabytes of hard drive space, just like Nintendo's stuck with either 8 gigs or 32 gigs. Yeah, Nintendo screwed up worse, but this was a chance for Microsoft to get up there and say, look, here's how you do it. You can hook up this USB 3.0 hard drive or any other USB hard drive, or you could just take out our internal hard drive and put in a better internal hard drive. Instead, they decided to follow almost Nintendo into every fucking way, apparently. You can't take out our hard drive, but you can hook in an external hard drive, USB 3.0, because it's better than what Nintendo's offering. It's still the simple fact that you are actually following this, Microsoft. I mean, what the fuck? And now they confirmed the news that I know will not. It's not been. It won't be debunked because this one has been confirmed, and why I think it's absolute bullshit. The Xbox One is not backwards compatible with Xbox 360 games or any of the arcade or any of the games you get off of Xbox Live for your Xbox 360. Seriously, Microsoft? You're seriously going down that fucking route. and you think you're going to fool everybody. Yeah, you're going to fool people. You're going to fool a lot of morons out there who literally do not understand how stupid this is. Now, I can understand the PlayStation 4 not being backwards compatible with the PlayStation 3 because, the PlayStation 3 CPU, the cell processor on the PlayStation 3 was way, way, way over fucking powered. And now the PS4, well, it's using the exact same CPU that the Xbox One is using. They're both using identical CPUs, except for the RAM and the GPU. But anyways, the CPU that both the Xbox One and the PS4 are using it's just not compatible with doing backwards compatible with the something like the PS3 cell processor. It just isn't. Even you couldn't even emulate on that thing, and that's the only way of doing it. Emulate. But with Xbox, it's a different story because the Xbox 360 really wasn't that powerful of a CPU to begin with. So the new Xbox One CPU is actually much more powerful than the one in the Xbox 360, and you can easily emulate it. And to add salt to that wound, Microsoft's done this before within the Xbox, and they're saying they can't do it now when they've done it before. Uh, Let me explain. The Xbox One has an AMD 64 processor based on the x86 chip. And of course, the Xbox 360 is a PowerPC chip processor. Here's the kicker: the Xbox 360 is backwards compatible somewhat with the original Xbox. And the original Xbox had a Intel Pentium processor that was basically an x86 processing. Yeah, it wasn't 64-bit, but it was pretty damn close. But they were able to take a 64-bit games that worked on an x86 processing chip and basically, you know, emulate them on the Xbox 360, which had a PowerPC processor. But now they're going back to the x86 architecture and they can't emulate PowerPC games on the x86 processor, even though they were able to emulate games from an x86 architecture onto the PowerPC. What the fuck? I'm ramming my head into a wall trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here. Are we in opposite land here? I mean, and it's just Microsoft making up a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, the original Xbox had an NVIDIA processor. But even when that thing ran off an NVIDIA graphics card on the original Xbox with an x86 Intel Pentium processor, it was still able to. I mean, the Xbox 360 with its PowerPC chip and its or ATI Radeon uh, graphics card, it was still able to run the original Xbox games on there. But yet, for some fucked up reason, the new Xbox One has an AMD graphics processor, which is basically ATI, by the way. It's pretty much in the same line family as the Xbox 360, and now an x86 processor, and yet it can't convert or run or emulate the games from the Xbox 360. Microsoft is just throwing a whole lot of bullshit out And they are just expecting everybody to buy this bullshit. And that's all it is. It's just a large amount of insane, idiotic bullshit that doesn't make a lick of sense. I don't understand this at all. I'm stumped. I'm completely and utterly stumped. There's my thoughts on the Xbox One. What the fuck?